We have a fantastic show for you today, but before I get to that, let me get settled down into my chair here.
Yay!
All right, let's talk a little bit about the things we need to get out of the way. If you look behind my comms desk here, you'll see the EAW logo. That logo right there is a tip jar for the production team. That is the comms, the referee, and our lovely production worker who is gracing the other desk right now. Welcome, welcome. So good to have you. All right, and right beside that to the right is the Discord button. If you haven't already joined that, why not? We've got a very active community here, and you guys are all amazing and very fun to interact with. Love having you here. Yeah, so go ahead, get yourself comfortable, and enjoy. No seats. Nefertiti has declared that if you sit, you must sit on the ground or anything you bring yourself. She doesn't like messing with the aesthetics of the temple here. Luckily, I get a seat, as I am the comms man. Alright, so just a second, let me dig something up from... There we go. If you take a look at nearby chat, you'll see a link to both our fan group and the EAW Discord. Feel free to join that and join the fun. Never miss anything related to EAW. EAW is best viewed on shared environment and or midnight settings. Actually, shared environment is probably the way to go right now. We use the media screens above for the best experience. Please enable media. To enable that, check the media box in sound settings, and in the media tab, hit allow in world scripts to play media. There's a sign just out front to detail how to enable the media in case my directions came at you too fast. Please remove unnecessary scripts to reduce the lag, make all of this go nice and smooth. Ah, yes, we've got the nice parade of lovely pride goers right in front of me here. Welcome, welcome. If you like the performers that are in the ring wrestling, if you take a look at beside the backstage entrances to the left and right of the throne platform up here, there are tip jars for the wrestlers. During their show, during their match, they will be logged into those tip jars, and that's where you can send them a little bit of love. Tips are deeply appreciated with a 100% guarantee that all proceeds go to their intended recipient. No commissions, no cuts, just in their pockets. We are working on updating our merchandise, but at this time we have some available in this chamber. To the right as you're coming in the entrance, there are a couple of boards there, and those shirts that are in there, the Nefertiti and Lena Collins ones, some of those are limited time only. So go ahead and jump on those if you want to show how much you support our endeavors here. Same thing, the featured performers are the ones that'll get the a portion of the prize there and also of the proceeds there. And the other portion goes to the people who made the merchandise for us. We have updated cheers and jeers. They can be found in the massive fern behind the entrance. No, really, it's there, left side. Now, let's talk about what we've been up to, because for those of you who missed last week, there's a lot going on in here. My goodness, and I hope that you guys were able to see, at least in the Discord, if not at last show, the promo video about what's been going on here. We have entered a new era here at EAW, something that is impossible to ignore. The damned and dead have been freed from the bonds of the Duat and now roam among us. and the terrified citizenry surely remember fondly the long days when Ann-Lena Collins was our champion, but she is not going to be able to save us from this, as she is bound by her own terms to never challenge Nefertiti for the belt. Nefertiti, having won the belt, secured the last piece she needed for a ritual that caused her to ascend to godhood. My goodness. We experienced last week what this new era is going to look like for the first time, with Nefertiti choosing her own matchups and bookings. She took on Jillian Hayes as her first opponent, perhaps counting on her to take the fight as seriously as we've seen her take her fights so far. She is clearly an excellent wrestler, though, and for a moment it seemed like we might be freed from these new terrors in short order. It didn't end that way. Nefertiti reigns on. We heard from the new goddess about this new era, and we also heard from Angel Blue about her regrets regarding the situation. Angel promises she'll do what she can to correct everything, and Nefertiti promises that we'll grow to like it in time, just so long as we learn to serve. Some people I know are already well on board that. Yes, we've got a lot of people who are very, very eager supporters of Nefertiti. They were rewarded for it last week. If you are and always have been a Nefertiti supporter, I'm sure that you can approach her after the show and maybe get your blessings from her for that as well. We then had a touched Jimmy Roberts attempting to demonstrate how his new magical and ideological closeness to Nefertiti would bring him victory in the ring. And unfortunately for him, he decided to test this theory against our recent world champion, Ann-Lena Collins. The Wildcat of Deutschland had a surprising bit of a handful in putting victorious Jimmy away. But in the end, she got the job done, as we all knew she would. Then, at last, we got to see the glorious cage match between Vicky Vicious and Amy Luminos. Vicky had been badgering Amy into unleashing the dragon and trying to pressure her into exactly this kind of match with the cage fight. The fight was brutal and devastating, but in the end, Amy proved that she didn't need to endanger our beautiful audience and society at large in order to put down a colossal otter. Thank goodness for that. Society at large is endangered quite well enough as it is. But with all that having been said, it is after 4 o'clock. We are ready to get this show on the road. Let's cue the music and let's get this action going.
This is my birthright.
Welcome everybody to EAW Elite Angel Wrestling. This is Remy Silvertide alone today on the mic. Why might that be? Maximus is out supporting the Relay for Life after the show here. Feel free to go and join that wonderful, worthy endeavor. Get some funds raised for cancer research out there. Everybody has been touched by cancer at some point. The Body Slam sommelier here at the comm desk, looking fabulous if I do say so myself, as this is Pride Month. It's nice to see a bunch of people getting on board their support for that one. Hiroshi, deservedly making use of one of the only chairs in the building today. He's already gone up there, checked that the ring is in sound and safe shape. Thank you very much, Hiroshi. So let's talk about what is happening tonight. So we will hear from our EAW champion today, and to the confusion of some, I don't mean Ann-Lena Collins. We're going to hear about what being a goddess has been like and some new tasks that Nefertiri has for us. Pay close attention. I wouldn't want to see any of you torn limb for limb before missing it. Then we've got Talissa and Broly, who have met in the ring before, just not as opponents. Broly was acting as the referee for the match, keeping things above board, and ended up with a pumpkin spice latte sprayed in his eyes for his troubles. He's been looking at getting some payback ever since, and today he gets his chance. I hope he knows just how much of a handful Talissa Flair can be, though, as she has taken down some devastating opponents before. And some fans have speculated that the color scheme in the new EAW arena here may infuse her with a little bit more support and energy. We shall see if that's true. Then in a match possibly decreed by Nefertiri herself, we see Jillian Hayes taking on Ann-Lena Collins. Ann-Lena is a devastatingly powerful wrestler, as I'm sure some of you know. And Jillian has struggled to keep her head in most matches so far, but I get the sense it would delight Nefertiri indeed to see the Wildcat struggle against a dark horse wrestler who has demonstrated that she has some incredible talent to unleash. Either way, both of these wrestlers have a clear love for the sport of wrestling and are guaranteed to give us a fantastic show tonight. So, quick reminder, tip jars are behind me and at either side of the backstage area, the throne area. We use the media screens. Make sure you enable that. Best viewed on shared settings, and please keep your microphones and any unnecessary scripts turned off during the show. And most of all, I hope that you appreciate violence and brutality, because that is what we are going to bring you here today. And that is what I'm going to be excited about. So let's get it up in that ring. And let's get these wrestlers out here. The first matchup that we have here is going to be actually not a matchup. We're getting to hear from Nefertiri herself. Some very brave people in there, letting people know that they're not so happy. Yes, denizens of EAW, hear me, for I have heard you. The murmurings, the chit-chat, complaints in some cases, Understand that I do not require your approval. I shall do what pleases me. The sooner you accept this, the easier and less perilous your lives shall become. However, I must confess, transcending into a divine being has not been easy. I cannot put it into words you would understand. But I would afford you grace in this time of upheaval if you would. Perhaps meet me halfway, as I navigate not only the new peaks of my new power, but also the expectations. I cannot claim to be a goddess if I do not receive prayer and petition. I understand this. And you, people of EAW, you have thoughts, wishes. I would hear them. Behold the divine flame. I invite you, direct your prayers into the fire. They will ascend to me, and this time next week, I may yet grant you answers. I don't think she's kidding, actually. I think you can actually throw a note card into that prayer bowl there. And I think it will actually get to her. This isn't a direct your complaints to the trash bin sort of situation. Now, orator, you may continue. Oh, okay, yes. Yes, so... there you go. If you have any prayers, and I would really recommend that they not be in the tone of all that booing I was just hearing right then. I know that some people are having a hard time accepting the way that Annalena Collins lost the match and lost the title, and some people don't like having the dead and damned walking the streets with them and being as aggressive as they tend to be. But this is your chance. This is your chance to get on Nefertiti's good side, like I have been trying very hard to do. I highly recommend it. I walk past the damned, and they kind of wink at me, and I think that's what they're doing. But they haven't eaten me at all, not even a little bit. So, highly recommended getting on Nefertiti's good side. Toss something in there if you so choose. And I've been given clear to continue. So, in the spirit of continuing... let's see if anybody out there wants to see a couple people punch each other in the face. Anybody want that? Damn right I do.
Never say no to violence.
There we go, Hiroshi managing to get onto the microphone. Are you going to be up in the ring, or are you going to be keeping me company here, good sir?
I'm probably going to be in the ring. I don't think the goddess will let me do. There'll be no ref in the ring. There's no disqualification match today.
All right. Well, it's great to hear your voice once again. It has been a while. So, let's do it! Let's get the first wrestler up in that stage. Let's get the first face and the first fists. Coming out from the Ankh Hall, Ankside. Standing at a height of 5'5", weighing 145 pounds, from Hollywood, North California, the Queen Bee, Talissa Flair! Not sure how to react to Talissa Flair. She hasn't seen up. Exactly what they said. Yes, she has called us all twerps and peasants about your real queen. Man, that is some dangerous talk from Talissa Flair there. That is some dangerous talk indeed, claiming herself the real queen right under Nefertiti's nose. And I'm not even going to look up at that throne room. I got to say, for those of you in the audience willing to exercise some reverence towards Nefertiti, I recommend going ahead and making eye contact. However, right now, the eyes should be drawn towards the scarab side. Coming out of the scarab hall, standing at a height of 6'1", weighing 220 pounds, from Rotterdam, Netherlands, Broly Blackheart! He likes to come out right at the right time of his song. There he is! Broly Blackheart! But if you do direct your eyes up to the stage, please avoid making eye contact with Newcomax. That is the general, Nefertiti's general, and I don't think she wants to do that. Broly Blackheart making his way up to the stage, face not covered in pumpkin spice latte today. Repping the good old Dutch pro wrestling. We are wanting to recruit experienced wrestlers like Broly Blackheart. Wrestlers demonstrated that so far in his matchups in EAW here. I'm looking forward to good things from him. Against Talissa Flair. Talissa Flair, we always know that we're in for some great aerobatic wrestling, some incredible mind games that Talissa Flair likes to employ during her matches. And here we go. The referee double-checking each of our wrestlers to make sure that they haven't brought anything untowards into the ring. Talissa has been fairly quiet. Oh, no. Okay, well, maybe she doesn't have anything in her mouth this time, as she calls him a nerdy weeb. All those scars, too, like dating a weed whacker. Oh, boy. I'm not sure I get that. I'm sure somebody in the audience probably gets it. There we go. Hiroshi asking these wrestlers if they're ready to go. I'm sure that they are raring to go. Especially Broly requesting this matchup. Ooh. And before the bell is even rung. Oh my goodness, that looked quite low, but Hiroshi's got his eyes on the scene there. Oh my goodness. That was, yes, not the most auspicious start, but not surprising from the Queen Bee, Talissa Flair. And Nefertiri with a little smile on her lips. Probably a good thing for Talissa to have managed that after her comments at the start of the match here. And Broly going down. That is a very early pin. Yeah, no, Broly's not up for that one. A straight up 1 count. And for some reason, Talissa protesting the 1 count. She seems to be in quite a mood today. Quite a mood indeed. Perhaps looking to heap injury on insult. Oh, nice drop kick from Broly there. Some of the audience members wondering what a weeb is. There are some wonderful instructional videos on YouTube if you so choose to further explore that. I know that SL has a little corner of weebery, I'm sure. Just a little tiny subsection of SL that could apply to. Broly grabbing Talissa Flair around the head, just cranking hard on her neck there. Probably not so happy about the very suspicious blows that Talissa Flair opened up with after charging out before the bell. And Talissa Flair managing to push her way gradually back up to her feet and get Broly off of her. And, ooh, as he comes back off of the ropes, Talissa Flair answers his early strike with one of her own, full momentum off of the ropes and straight to his teeth. Going for the arm now, Talissa Flair has some impressive tactical expertise. Broly getting out of it, though, returning the favor, getting a good hold on her arm as well, and just jerking her around. There is quite a bit of a size difference between these two wrestlers, Broly having almost 80 pounds on her. But that is not something that you can count on against Talissa Flair. She is very, very, first of all, toit like a toiger, drawing on the yellow and black theme that we've got going here. And the Dutch theme, too, actually, now that I think about it. My goodness, my subconscious provides me with brilliant stuff. Anyways, the action continues in the ring. And Talissa Flair going for the knee, and Broly managing to soak the first kick, but the second one comes out. And 2 is just too much for him to handle. Talissa Flair launching herself off the ropes there. Ooh, and just a ground stomp. Both feet onto Broly's collarbones. And for me personally, that gives me a little bit of queasiness because I broke my collarbone exactly that way when I was wrestling with my buddy way back. He jumped up with both feet onto my collarbones. Wow! 1, 2! And sorry, they were saying protect this pumpkin spice. I just want to point out, Max is very quick to throw me under the bus with my removal of the pumpkin spice latte from Talissa Flair's match a while ago near Halloween. She was planning to utilize it, it appears, and she didn't get to, and it may have cost her the match. I am not in the habit of influencing matches, but I kind of just had to that time. Broly Blackheart dishing it out, catching Talissa Flair, dumping her over with a beautiful move there. One. Ooh, just a 1 count as well. Broly just accepting that, not protesting like Talissa Flair did at first. And you can tell that both of these wrestlers have already exerted themselves trying to get some oomph behind these hits here. And you know, just one of these hits would be enough to make me just want to leave the arena. Oh no, Talissa Flair coming out with the eye rake and then taking advantage of it. Hiroshi really having enough of Talissa Flair's activities so far this match. That's already a couple of times that he's seen her do something that tempts him into disqualification. And Hiroshi sometimes likes to draw things out a little bit longer for the sake of the entertainment of the fans. I know you all want to see more violence. I know you all want to see, even if Broly takes a little bit of a hit. Here's the submission hold. We'll see how much pain threshold Broly can exercise. It looks like he is really feeling it there, but he has gotten himself all the way over to the rope there. Talissa hanging on as she is wont to do. Referee gets the count up to 2 and then lets the hold, Talissa lets the hold go. And that may have been the extra pain to give Talissa the momentum she needed to kind of carry this, saying she wants to make him scream now. Well, that is one thing that I have not actually seen Talissa Flair successfully. Well, that's not true. Her submission holds have proven very devastating time after time, but this time Broly manages to catch her unaware, dumping her down to the mat. And he is staring her down now, not pleased whatsoever with what she's been doing so far this match. And I feel like he might be asking for another match after this to get vengeance for the bullshit Talissa Flair has pulled so far this match. It's going to be a constant sequence of revenge matches. Broly trying to cleanly dish out some hurt to maybe discourage Talissa Flair from her ways. But we shall see. We shall see. This may be all that either of these wrestlers ever want to see from each other again. Running dropkick. And the precision that Broly Blackheart has shown. Oh, with each of these dropkicks, I'm starting to think that this might be a signature tactic for Broly Blackheart here. Because each one of those dropkicks has been absolutely devastating and directly on the mark. There he goes, and that might be enough for the pin. 1, 2, ooh. Talissa Flair kicking out of that one. Some of the audience members want to see this go on further, it sounds like. And hey, me too, me too. These wrestlers are clearly very talented individuals. Broly getting positioned around Talissa Flair there, dragging her back up to her feet reluctantly. He has control. Let's see what he does with it. Winging her against the ropes. Ooh, and out she goes. Giving her no chance to formulate any kind of plan coming off of that rope. And let's see if he goes for any kind of a high-impact, high-risk maneuver out of the arena here. Wow! That man knows how to fly. Off of the top ropes, flipping to get that centripetal force and extra momentum, and just absolutely slamming into Talissa Flair. That was delish. What is not delicious is all of the sand outside of the ring there. I know it looks nice and soft, a little bit, but that sand has been packed down. You can. Oh my God! That was yet another eye rake. This is outside of the ring. I'm not sure. Yes, Hiroshi also not sure whether it's going to count outside of the ring for the referee, whether the rules for kind of everything outside of the ring being outside of the jurisdiction of Hiroshi. If that... Ooh, oh, that was actually... Oh... So she had come up with non-pocket sand. I thought that was an eye rake, but apparently that was Talissa Flair just launching sand into Broly's eyes there. And she's got him absolutely reeling. Apparently you don't need pumpkin spice latte when you've got sand. And I wonder if we're ever going to get that "I hate sand, it gets everywhere" quote from Broly later. I have a feeling that both of these wrestlers are going to feel like they've come off of the beach at the end of this, but Nefertiti, being a great fan of watching these wrestlers experience pain and suffering, has made sure that that sand is packed down nice and tight, and that is almost landing on landing on concrete when you come out of that ring. Talissa Flair, oh man, might have been able to get away with just a little too much in this match, and Broly is looking hurt indeed. 1, 2, and that, oh, as the hand was coming down, only a 2 count. Broly's not out of it, despite the absolute suffering he's had to undergo. And Hiroshi giving him some space in a bit of anger here. Getting Talissa Flair to back up as he goes down to check on Broly, making sure that he's okay. That, of course, gives Talissa a little bit of time to go and address the fans. Yeah, booing peasants. She seems to have a problem with it. Anybody out there who's a peasant? Would you like to cheer? All right, we've got some peasants. All right. Or they might have been cheering for Broly taking advantage of Talissa Flair's distraction, as well he should. 1, 2, and that is a oh, it looks like Talissa Flair might have had her shoulder up at the end of that. Hiroshi noticing the shoulder up, deciding not to put the hand down for the third there. And, shoulder on the rope, I see. Makes perfect sense. Talissa Flair still with some control. Ooh, boxing the ears of Broly. And imprinting, giving a little bit of a stamp on the forehead there. Oh, and the bee's knees coming out again. right up into Broly's teeth. And this is something Talissa Flair is known to wield to devastating effect. Getting those knees up into their teeth. Again and again, the knee strikes. And those are devastating, as well as these chops. I don't know if any of you ever been properly chopped in your life. Don't go asking for it. Don't go asking to get chopped, because it is not a good experience. Oh, burying her knees down on top of Broly's chest there. And he'd better have something up his sleeve. I guess he does kind of have sleeves there. He better have something ready to go here, because this could be it. Talissa Flair grabbing Broly. Oh! He did have an answer. Almost a bit of a bear hug there. He grabs her around the midriff and just absolutely body slams her down. My apologies if my tongue starts failing me tonight. It's been an interesting week for me. But I'm here for the violence. Oh, and I'm here for punches like that. Superman punch off of the top rope. That's the beautiful things that we can get to see here at EAW. Good job, Broly. Proving that he has the accuracy, not just with the drop kicks. Who wants to see a bubblegum bitch tap? It's okay to call her a bubblegum bitch because it is literally in her intro music. I think that she has embraced that very well. And it looks like he's planning some kind of submission hold, but he is softening her up. My God, is he ever. And demonstrating just a little bit of flair in the way he's decided to do it. Bridging, showing off just how much core strength he's got. Oh, and it is a tap out. My goodness. Talissa Flair having none of that. The bubblegum bitch has indeed tapped out. And your winner by tap out, Broly Blacker! Talissa Flair looked like she was pulling out all of the stops to try and make that happen. But you know what? I get the sense that Broly might have been a little mentally prepared for just how much of a struggle this match is going to be. Broly diving all the way out of the ring and past the barricade. And Talissa Flair has turned away the medic at the start of that, but she still hasn't decided to move anywhere.
I mean, I gave her the chance to do that, and she said no, so I'm going to respect her wishes.
Yeah, apparently her wishes are to stagger around in the center of the ring, prolonging her shame for losing despite massive amounts of
What it is. Some people just aren't capable of adapting.
And Broly with a little bit of say, like, when I drank my coffee earlier today, I ended up feeling incredibly dizzy. And I blamed that on this arena and all of the weird things that have been happening lately. Alright, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Despite a mountain of tactical prowess from Talissa Flair there, Broly Blackheart pulling it out, gritting his way through, and getting the win against Talissa Flair. So, next up, before we get to our feature presentation today, let's give a big shout out to our wonderful host who, despite having this incredible arena change so much, they are still maintaining their host status for us. Skyline Wrestling. And just like that name would suggest, they are bringing you the best in potential wrestling throughout the week. If you take a look at local chat here, you'll see just the schedule for all those shows. One of the fans last time pointed out that our teleport to the other different locations wasn't working. We have got that fixed now. So feel free to check out all of the different things they've got, like something for a little bit of a change of pace. We've got Club Masquerade, Skyline's vampire-themed nightclub, and you can visit all of those attractions for real now at the directory right outside the arena. If you'd like to join their group, take a look right here in local chat, Skybox Wrestling. If you would like to ask any questions or express your interest, just give Candace Otsuka an I am or a note card and she will get you set up. Alright, so there you have it. Thank you so much, Skyline Wrestling. There is a tip jar just at the entrance to the arena there. And I can see that some beautiful people have been massaging that for us lately. Wait, what's going on here? Something appears to be going on up at the media screens. Oh, this is Broly Blackheart. What is the candid video of Broly Blackheart? Somebody following him around backstage here. Oh, Angel Blue.
There you are, Angel Blue. I have an idea. I need you on board. We need to seek out Miss Wildcat herself.
Cameraman seeing a little bit of an opportunity with Broly Blackheart going backstage to it, but maybe they noticed Angel Blue was waiting them back there earlier. Thankfully, they didn't capture and broadcast any details there, but it looks like Broly Blackheart and Angel Blue may have something cooking. Interesting. Quick! Everybody distract Nefertiti and make sure that he's thinking about something else. Go crazy!
She's true to that. I don't know if that works, but, you know, experimentation. Can't have some science without occasionally blowing stuff up.
Indeed. And also somebody is going for a laser pointer, and also it looks like we've got 5 prayers loaded into the prayer bowl. Anybody want to put some more in there to maybe overwhelm her? She's also hearing a lot of prayers from elsewhere, but these EAW ones here in the brazier, or brazier, whatever way you choose to pronounce that. I have my ways, okay? maybe they will be louder. All right. So there you have it. We might be safe because we're all going to learn how to serve Nefertiri, right? Right. Exactly. We will deal with this new situation forever and be happy about it because it is glorious to have a wonderful goddess on our side and in our league as our champion. Let's get the next wrestlers out in the ring. That'll be the perfect distraction. Yes, let's do that.
Yes, it should be. It's also heading toward violence, so progress.
Alright, first coming out of the Scarab Hall, standing at a height of 5'5", weighing 117 pounds, stepping through the green haze there. Surprise, surprise. From Eureka, California, the California Kit, Jillian Hayes. Coming out there, nodding along with the beat as are half of the audience.
Now let me welcome everybody. The best for your Jimmy in the city of sex. We in that sunshine state where the bomb ass be. The state where you never find a dance floor empty and pimp speed. On a mission for them greens. Lean, mean, money making machines.
I was able to laugh and not like it. I forget how big California is off the top of my head.
Ever since Honeys was wearing Sassoon, now it's 95 and they clock me and watch me diamond shining, looking like I'm Rob Liberace. It's all good.
I don't know if it's a city or not. I don't know American states or cities.
Throw up a finger and feel the same way. Straight putting it down for California, yeah.
Alright, I know that many people who consume the substances that Jillian owns is known to consume on a regular basis, often feel that they have reached the moment of epiphany in Eureka. Now, they have shared them with me, and I very rarely see the insight that they see, but apparently that is just a lacking on my part. Well, whatever. Next out, we have somebody that a lot of you are very, very eager to see. Some people were a little bit worried that we might have a bit of a lack of Ann-Lena Collins content after she lost the title. We are here today to assure you that Ann-Lena Collins will wrestle just as hard and just as much, whether she's our champion or not. Let's get her out here, coming out of the Ankh Hall. There you go, Hiroshi. Standing at a height of 5'6", weighing 152 pounds, from Lower Saxony, Germany, the Wildcat of Deutschland, Ann-Lena Collins! Sorry, I think I got a little bit of that green paint drifting over Did I accidentally take Jillian's coffee earlier? That's what it was. So
mean, if I'm operating on our level, which I mean I have to because I'm not a goddess, I'd say yes. But who knows what her actual plans are?
The mind of Nefertiti works in mysterious ways.
Yes, it does. I suppose I should actually drop comms though and get into the ring so they don't just stare at each other for the next 100 years.
That's okay. I could listen to your voice for the next 100 years too.
You are too kind.
I feel like Inukan Hat. I feel her gaze like boring into the back of my head right now, so I'm glad that you're heading out that way. Apparently, we do need to have the violence. Apparently, we do need to have a show other than just Hiroshi gracing us with his presence on the microphone there. So good thing he's up in the ring, and double checking that neither of these wrestlers have brought any weapons to the match. I feel like the only thing we need to worry about is maybe Jillian Hayes having extra substances on her person. I don't know if the wrestling ring is a proper way for smuggling. I don't know if you even have to smuggle anything these days. I think everything is legal if you just believe. But here we go. The referee has confirmed that they are ready to go. And we're off. Wrestlers meeting each other at the center of the ring, locking up. Jillian Hayes, I didn't catch. I was busy worrying about the general. I didn't catch whether she was able to get her yoga in before the start of the match here. I know she always tries to do that, but she is definitely looking like Ann-Lena Collins has her number right off the bat here. Ann-Lena just grabbing her and letting her back meet the mat with introductions. Ann-Lena Collins getting her back up to her feet here. Ooh. And with Ann-Lena, you know that the fist was probably open during that, but ooh, Jillian Hayes going over thinking that she's got this. Ann-Lena Collins has some incredible core strength, but ooh, Jillian Hayes able to get her over one. That's just a one though. That's an impressive maneuver from Jillian Hayes out of the bat here, managing to reverse it, get Ann-Lena Collins into an early pin. And Ann-Lena not distracted whatsoever from what her purpose in that ring is. She dishes it out to Jillian as she gets back to her feet. Both of these wrestlers have some pretty solid fan base in behind them for good reason. Jillian, I don't know if she was exactly clean. She does seem to have a little bit of the dirty hippie vibe going. But as unwashed as she might be, she at least fights clean. She fights clean, she fights hard, and she has moments of brilliance that leave us all wondering what it's going to be like if somebody ever replaces her usual downers with uppers. That's my speculation. If we ever get Jillian Hayes out in that ring with a bunch of uppers, I feel like we are going to see something different and incredible from Jillian Hayes. Ooh! But it is a good damn thing that she is medicated with how badly Ann-Lena Collins is treating her back right now. Up and over and down and on the knee, and oh my goodness, just absolutely pounding down against Jillian there. Ann-Lena Collins treating this matchup like she would treat any match. Jillian Hayes lucky to get out of that pin right there so quickly. But Ann-Lena Collins treating this with her fierce spirit of competitiveness. Not letting Jillian Hayes fall into any complacent patterns against the former champion here. Boy, that sure sounds different, doesn't it? Referring to Anlina Collins as the former champion. We have had her with the title around her midriff for so very long, with only the interlude of Michelle Snyder holding that belt after a campaign of out-of-the-ring violence. We've got a campaign of, Anlina Collins thinking she might catch Jillian Hayes after those half-hearted shin breaks. What a move over the top rope, dodging around, and that's what I'm talking about. Oh, just about a 3 count too. Anlina Collins just barely getting her shoulder up off the mat in time. And this is what I'm talking about, the flashes of brilliance from Jillian Hayes. My God, that was sneaky as heck to get around the first maneuver and then up over top of the ropes. And if you're a fan of Jillian Hayes, my goodness, I understand why. Maybe not so much because of moves like that, just like a tree falling over in a gentle breeze. Jillian Hayes once again harming herself with that maneuver just as badly as she hurt her opponent. 1, 2... Oh, noticing that the shoulder had gotten up even before Anlina Collins kicks out of that one. I was worried for a second there. I guess I shouldn't be. Jillian Hayes demonstrating against Anlina Collins some of the same 1, 2. Once again, Jillian Hayes able to kick out of that. Showing that she is pretty much every match that she's had, she has looked harder and harder to finish off, even against very, very strong opponents. And doubtless a lot of that is her demonstrated high tolerance of pain. But Anlina Collins is going to take a lot to even have a chance to get her pinned. Anlina Collins continuing her merciless campaign against back health. It's a good thing that the Relay for Life is not for chiropractic awareness. Because I feel like Anlina Collins would be running kind of oppositional work to that. Oh my goodness, just horrors. Just horror upon horror. And if any of you are having any sympathy back pain right now, EAW is not responsible for any sympathy pain experienced from audience members upon watching the violence. The violence is purely for entertainment purposes, and you are not... Oh, good Lord! I'm gonna have to see if I can change that rule and get compensation, because, oh my God, that's 2. And that was enough. That was the end for Jillian Hayes' ability to endure all of this incredible pain. And my God, there's the 3 count, ladies and gentlemen. Your winner by spinal torture and a pinfall, Anlina Collins. way that you can get something done about that is anybody in the audience who feels bad for me and my back, if you could write into the prayer bowl there and ask them for an increased allowance for staff chiropractic or sympathy-related things. Please add your prayer to the fire. Thank you so much.
Go ahead.
And Lena Collins demonstrating once again the sheer power and strategic brilliance and agility and everything that it took to be champion for so very, very long. And managing to not be embarrassed in the slightest against Julian Hayes, who 2 fights in a row against the very top of EAW has been able to put in a very impressive performance. So good on Jillian Hayes. There you have it, everybody. That's the show for today. I hope that all of you take a nice warm bubble bath. I hope you're all enjoying Pride Month. I hope you're all going to get out in support of Relay for Life. And I, most of all, hope to see you all again next Saturday at 4 o'clock, same place, same time. And once again, remember that prayer bowl. If you have any prayers, any requests, any ideas that you can send Nefertiti's way, they may be answered next week. Don't go anywhere. We have your favorite wrestlers coming out after the show to say hello to you, interact with you, and let you get to know them a little better. Oh my God, thank you everybody for the donations, especially those beautiful, beautiful massages of the tip jars. And thank you for warming up these hallowed halls and giving us a reason to come back week after week to put in the time and the practice, to put up with dizziness from spiked coffee. This has been Remy Silvertide on the microphone, the Body Slam Sommelier. This is EAW, Elite Angel Wrestling. Right next to me here is your referee with a heart of gold, Hiroshi.
Good to see you all. To see you all next week. You want us to keep all the matches as fair as possible.
That is one thing that you might consider putting into the prayer jar, maybe requesting to have tentacles back. I know how much you enjoyed having them that one time, and Nefertiti as a goddess is probably capable of bestowing them on you again. So, just some prayer ideas, ladies and gentlemen, everybody out there. If anybody wants some tentacles, I know some of you like that kind of thing. All right. Thank you, everybody. Good night. Good fight. See you next time.